Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Khushamdeed. Ji ayanu. Goedemorgen.
Pakhairagale, ni hao, tunashumme, washmale, ohio gonzaimes, guten morgen, hola, boyor, privyet, kaifa hal, hale shuma chatore, ahlan wasalan, marhaba, puna, mucho, gracias, suabiab, balli kare, and a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and watching World this morning alongside the very fantastic, the very amazing, the very superb, the very at the top of the roof, ladies and gentlemen, Shiza Hashmi and Shahzad Khan. Hello Shiza, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And what about you?
Well, I think I feel wonderful, and it's because of the fact that we have some wonderful and amazing guests over here. But before we indulge in any kind of conversation or activity with our guests, ladies and gentlemen, we hope and pray that everybody out there is doing perfectly and wonderfully fine, and that all of those people are actually looking after all of those people who surround them as well, because we really need to be kind, we really need to be empathetic, we really need to have that ethos within us as well.
Oh, nice. I
Yes.
like it. I like how philosophical we're getting early in the morning. But Shahzad, I feel like it was literally just yesterday when you and I were doing last year's New Year's show, right?
Yep.
And for probably an entire week, we were talking about what we learned from the previous year and whatnot. And this year has passed so quickly with, of course, its own challenges to offer and
Honestly.
whatnot.
Oh, 2020 is over, right?
It's almost over. Can you believe
Yeah.
it? Like, I cannot put it to reality. But here's the thing. Can you probably draw some lessons out of this year
Yes.
on top of your head?
I have a few lessons, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, we just do not really want it to be boring as well, but I think it will actually help everybody out there as well, and that is that, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times, you know, we are in relationships which are toxic, where we have friends which have very negative vibe to them as
Yeah.
well, and you know, there are a lot of things which you might not feel right about, and I have another thing, you know, parallel to this as well, but let me
Okay.
just get finished with this.
Okay.
And what I believe is that, you know, for all of those things which come to you naturally, let them come. You know, you should be open to new people, to new ideas. But God forbid, you know, if anything's toxic, if anything's got a negative vibe and you do not feel comfortable about it, I think we should let it go rather than trying to keep it in our lives, which is not meant to be. I think that whatever flows, it flows.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you, and I'll probably further on that note as well. You know, wherever you said that, you know, when something's not working out, if it is bothering your mental peace, of course, and your own existence, then it is a red flag. You really need to get
Yeah.
rid of it. You cannot force anything. You should not actually. You know, there are some times when the person or the situation or the thing is so important to you that you are really willing to give up anything for it.
Yeah.
But don't force it. Be it conversations, you know, small talk, how people really just want to create a small talk for the sake of it. Do not force it. Conversations, friendships, relationship for that matter. Anything that is not naturally happening in your life, do not force it. Because if one thing we have learned from 2020, we have no control over anything, Shahzad.
Exactly.
It's only Allah who's running everything. And I think, speaking of this, we need to talk about all the good things that happened to us in 2020. Because, you know, it is sort of a very general perspective all over the globe right now because of the pandemic. People are feeling really low, but why don't we count our blessings, right?
Exactly.
So can you, okay, the best three things that happened to you in 2020.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the best three things which happened to me in 2020. Let me see. I think it was pretty much a very empty year in terms of work and in terms of
yes.
friendships and in terms of traveling as well. In fact, I think it will be a little difficult, but yes, I'm going to cherish upon all of those blessings which we have been bestowed upon by Allah Almighty. May it be a wonderful household, may it be our kids, may it be, you know, all of what we wanted to have in our lives. Alhamdulillah, at times,
Absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen, you know, while we're looking up and while we're having this target in our head that, you know, this is where we want to be, at times we forget about what we have been blessed with as well. So for all of those blessings which we have in our life, may it be good, healthy food, in fact, I think I've come down to a point where now when I see myself or look at myself in the mirror, I see that, you know, okay, you know, the body I wanted, alhamdulillah, I'm closer to that as well. That's one thing. Number two, I think that I've really gotten rid of all of those people who were very unnecessary in my life as well, even though that I am very social and that I will call them every now and then. But, you know, now I have always made sure that I'm going to utilize my time for me, myself,
That
and
is
then
good.
my family as well. That's number 2. And number 3, it's going to be that I've spent lesser this year.
Really?
Because we weren't going out.
I didn't save anything, man.
You didn't save anything?
No, like somehow I always end up spending it. I have no idea why
I
or
mean,
how.
when people are obviously going to purchase PlayStation 5 for their husband, how are they going to save money? That's a different story. But yes, what about you? What are those 3 things you've learned this year?
Learned is something, but well, one of the good things that happened to me this year is, of course, my shadi.
MashaAllah. Okay.
And then, Shahzada, I think we really tend to neglect the fact. But unfortunately, a lot of families around the world have lost their loved ones.
Yes.
We cannot be, I mean, of course, we cannot be less thankful than this. I mean, we sort of sometimes forget to say thanks to Allah that we still have our close friends and our close family with us throughout this pandemic as well. So many bad things have happened throughout this year, not just the pandemic, atrocities even, human right violations, whatnot. So, alhamdulillah for everything, and I really hope and pray, in fact, on the behalf of our entire team, I wish that the next year happens to be the best of your entire life as well.
Inshallah, and ladies and gentlemen, we are hoping for it as well, because vaccines finally out, in the most developed countries, they're actually now they have started to give away the vaccine shots as well. So, sooner or later, it will be over here in Pakistan as well, and we will be out of COVID-19,
yes,
inshallah.
sorry to cut you, but there are 2 cases showing adverse effects after using the vaccine. So we're not sure if we have it yet or not, fingers crossed.
I'm keeping it for 2021.
Okay, all right. But ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to sort of take you on a ride. It's going to be so much fun. So if you're not ready yet, go grab your plate of breakfast, coffee, whatnot, because this is going to be a very melodious ride.
Exactly. So I think I would actually recommend, since Shiza has actually recommended that you should go and get your breakfast plate, I think what you really need to do is you need to get your dancing shoes on as well, ladies and gentlemen, because it's because whenever we talk about music, ladies and gentlemen, music has no boundaries. Music is actually love looking for words.
Oh,
and
I like it.
Music is the heartbeat of the younger generation as well. Music is the sound of your heart. So, and the best part over here, ladies and gentlemen, that Pakistan was able to produce a lot of good music amidst COVID. We have some amazing young musicians over here in the studios with us who are doing a phenomenal job. So we'll be introducing them and we'll be in conversation with them, asking them about their musical journeys. And yes, obviously, they really need to take us on a melodious journey with their own vocals as well.
Let's do it.
So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by a vocalist himself. He's released a song and he aspires to release a lot of other music as well. He is the student of Mr. Shabi Sen. He's a great guy. Shabi Sen, if you're out there, Assalamu alaikum. Umeed karta hoon ki aap theek thaak honge. He is Mr. Usama. Hashmi, hello, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. And Usama, how are you?
I'm absolutely fine and feeling very good, alhamdulillah.
And you're looking wonderful. Your suit looks fantastic and you look great as well.
Thanks.
Alongside Mr. Usama, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by a guitarist. He happens to be a musician himself and he is Mr. Khubab Sen. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you very much for joining us. Wonderful
Thank
to
you so
have you
much.
alongside
Thank
Mr.
you so
Khubab Sen. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, I think a lot of people will get a very clear picture because there was this soundtrack which was released and everybody started looking for it over the internet as a Nani Wala song. Nani Wala song, even I did that. And the song is perfect. It's melodious. You would want to dance with it as well. But that Nani Wala is actually a model in that video. He didn't really sing that song as well. The guy behind that song, Cute Jehi Look Teri Soni Hai.
Is it the one which got popular on TikTok?
Yeah, it's popular everywhere. It's popular all over the world. Till now, I think I think it's only been a month that they have released this song. Until now, they have more than 9 million views, ladies and gentlemen. He is the one and only Mr. Umair Awan. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Umair. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm good.
Umair, thank you very much for joining us. Wonderful to have you. And Cute Jehi Look Teri Soni Hai is a superb song. It's on repeat in my car, everywhere I go, even in the gym as well. Wonderful job done as well. And alongside Mr. Umair Awan, ladies and gentlemen, this last guy happens to be a great musician. Every now and then, whenever there's a vocalist over here in the studios, we see that he's the musician they have picked up on. He's a great guitarist. He is Mr. Daud Rahat. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Absolutely perfect. Bahut shukriya aane ke liye. Thank you very much for joining us. So Usama, let's get started with you.
Sure.
When did you get started with your journey? And you happen to be one of those vocalists who actually went to a music school, took a few classes and learned it properly. How did it all happen?
Well, sir, as far as my journey is concerned, I started singing since my childhood. And I used to recite Naaz Sharif in my childhood in my school. And then I grew up into my college. where I started to participate in events like for singing.
All right.
Then I used to sing in my family events and festivals, in the city. Then after that, I thought that I should have joined some school. And since last 5 years, I am working professionally, and I have joined Rang School of Arts. And there I started my journey of the music. And on the 14th August of this year, I have released my first national song, and that is a national song which belongs to our country, Pakistan.
Yeah.
And
Patriotic song.
Yeah, patriotic song. So I thought that this is a big event, Independence Day. So I should have done something new.
Yeah.
So this is my first song, and I have started my journey.
And we have a teaser of yours as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think what we really need to do is that we really need to share that teaser. But right now, what we really need to do is keep up with the conversation, and then we'll come down to the
Because I have so many questions, we'll get to the
all right,
teaser later on.
Let's do this.
So, all right, when we talk about inspirations, of course, you started probably last year or even before that, but you must be listening to music for so long, right? So, who are your evergreen favorite artists?
Well, this is a very interesting question. Well, as far as this is concerned, I used to listen Ustad Mehdi Khan Sahab and Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab, Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab, Ustad ji. So this type of classical and semi-classical music, it always fascinates me to my heart, to my soul, and it pleases me. So, and this is my particular genre of singing.
Okay.
So
semi-classical.
So that inspired me, and that is why I shifted towards learning the music. So this is how I'm now in the Rang School of Arts, and I'm learning from my mentor, Sir Shabi Sen. So this is
Wow,
That's
and that's wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. Shabi Sen actually has a great lineage, for I think more than 10 generations who've actually been singing as well, and it's a wonderful job, and I think he sings himself very well as well. But let me just move on to Umair. So Umair, आपने कब अपने सिंगिंग करियर का आगाज़ किया और 5 गाने आप अभी तक रिलीज़ कर चुके हैं. आपका लेटेस्ट गाना इज़ अ वंडरफुल हिट. म्यूज़िक भी वैसा है जैसे आजकल लोगों को चाहिए, वीडियो भी वैसी है, एंड एवरीथिंग अबाउट इट इज़ सुपर्ब.
जी मैंने अपना जो आगाज़ है म्यूज़िक का वो 2015 में किया, और पहला गाना मेरा जो है 2015 में लॉन्च हुआ. उसके बाद अभी जो मेरा ट्रेंडिंग में ट्रैक चल रहा है क्यूट जी लुक, तो हम लोगों ने सुना, इतना सपोर्ट, कितना प्यार दिया.
वंडरफुल यार. लेकिन जब आप ये गाना बना रहे थे या इसके लिरिक्स लिख रहे थे, क्या था ज़हन में, किसकी लुक आपको याद आ रही थी?
एक्चुअली जो मेरे म्यूजिशियन हैं, मैंने उन्हें बोला कि मुझे कोई हिट कंपोजिशन चाहिए जो कि यानी कि जिस पे मैं अच्छा वीडियो लाइक विजुअलाइज कर सकूं. दुबई में बेसिकली मेरा प्लान था उसका वीडियो करने का. तो उन्होंने कहा यार मैं आपको क्यूट सा गाना बना के देता हूँ. बस थोड़ी देर बाद उनकी मुझे कॉल है, यार मैंने गाना बना दिया, उसका नाम है क्यूट जी लुक. तो मैंने सुना, मैंने कहा बस मैं आ रहा हूँ वोकल्स के लिए और फाइनल करने से.
All right, so I think this is a fun story. So Umair basically asked his music composer, right, to actually make him a hit. He wanted the next song to be famous. And well, that is how they came up with Cute J Look. We actually have a small teaser of the song as well. Why don't we take a look at it, and when you guys come back, to just remind you of what we're talking about. And when you come back, we will have live music over here.
Let's do this. And the video is superb as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
yes.
let's
Please
take
go
a look.
ahead.
सोनिए गब्बर नूं नित रोज मार दी तक तेनू अख मर जानी है होंदी है ब्लिंक मेरी कार दी क्यूट जही लुक तेरी सोनिए गब्बर नूं नित रोज मार दी.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, so that was a teaser from the song Cute J Look. If you haven't heard this song so far, please make sure that you log on to your YouTube and give it a listen. It's a wonderful song. And I think that the lyrics will do justice with whatever feelings you have in your heart as well.
But I love Punjabi songs though. Like it has something to it, right?
Yes.
Whatever mood you're in, you're listening to a Punjabi upbeat song and hey, you're back. I mean, life is back on track.
It is exactly. So, I think it's about time that we're going to put our amazing vocalist to test as well. So we're going to start with Usama. Usama, what are you going to share with us today?
Yeah, and also we request Khobeb to please do the guitar while with it, okay?
I would like to recite the song of Ustad Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab.
Alright.
Kali Kali Zulfon ke phande na dalo.
Beautiful.
Oh, let's do this. Semi-classical, ladies and gentlemen, coming your way. This is Usama taking it away.
काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो ऐ हुस्न वालो, काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो ऐ हुस्न वालो, आप इस तरह तो सांपोश उड़ाया न कीजिए, यूं बन सवर के सामने आया न कीजिए, काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो ऐ हुस्न वालो। न छेड़ो हमें, हम सताए हुए हैं, बहुत जख्म सीने पे खाए हुए हैं, सितमगर हो तुम खूब पहचानते हैं, तुम्हारी अदाओं को हम जानते हैं, दगाबाज हो तुम सितम ढाने वाले, फरेबे मोहब्बत में उलझाने वाले, ये रंगी कहानी तुम्ही को मुबारक, तुम्हारी जवानी तुम्ही को मुबारक, हमारी तरफ से निगाहें हटा लो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो ऐ हुस्न वालो, काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो ऐ हुस्न वालो, काली काली जुल्फों।
काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे
Amazing,
न
Usama.
डालो,
This was
हमें
very
जिंदा
nice.
रहने दो ऐ हुस्न वालो। वाह 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 वाह।
Just beautiful.
So, yeah, it was beautiful. But now, Usama, I think what we really need to ask you is that with the youth bulge of more than 60% over here, people listening to deep house, house music, pop, and we've seen that there was this new release, there was this pop sound station as well, which was on, and the music was fantabulous, and I think they did a great job. Even now, in these times, you're focusing more on semi-classical genre. Do you think that you have a lot of listeners for semi-classical out there?
Well, sir, as far as my feelings and my thoughts are concerned, I think that the long-term things are, they have long-lasting. And if we, explore the music from the Indian music and Pakistani music, so this is the music of subcontinent, this is the music of Asia, and this is also, privileged in Western countries, okay?
Exactly.
So I think that semi-classical and classical music are the basics when you are going to learn from the harmonium, from the tabla, from the beats. So you are right starting from the basic notes. So this is what makes you a proper singer, appropriate singer, you can say, So that is how you can learn the singing.
And
you
this
can learn
this is my exact question. Do you want to be an appropriate singer rather a popular singer? Or
tough
be
question.
appropriate and popular at the same time?
Well, for me, music is my passion, it's my soul. So it's not about the fame. Okay. This is my personal satisfaction. If I'm contented with the music, well, if I'm not popular, it doesn't mean that I've not done anything.
Yeah.
Okay. But if I learn according to the genre, to the basics, and to the requirement of the music, so this is what I have done.
Exactly, and I think that this is the right way to go forward with as well. But at this point of time, we really need to learn from Rahat Fateh Ali Khan as well, because the way he has evolved his own music, he's still very relevant with his music as well, and he sings classical, semi-classical, and almost every other genre as well.
But he sort of like sticked to his own niche and also did pop.
Yeah.
So he's popular among the newer generation, along with, of course, the generation before that. But I think where you asked that if semi-classical music was ever going to go away and if people still like it or not, I think I'm going to speak on behalf of the people who still like it. It's never going out. Yeah. I mean, whenever I do come across or listen to Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab or, Mehdi Hasan Sahab for that matter, the lyrics and the delivery, it's something else, it's just something else. Sometimes it does even make me cry. I would wish to be at their concert. So this is something that is never going out, I mean, to be honest. And Ataullah Isa Khelvi even, I mean, I would love to be in his concert once. I've never been.
All right, well, I think I've met him personally as well, because when I used to live in Karachi, he used to stay at my place as well, so I'm blessed with that as well. But Umair, moving on to you, I think मैं आपसे भी यही सेम सवाल पूछना चाहूँगा कि अब जो आपका म्यूज़िक जॉनरा है, जैसे हम हिप हॉप की या पॉप की बात करते हैं, इट्स वेरी रेलिवेंट दीज डेज एज वेल, लेकिन उसमें उसामा की बात भी ठीक है कि जब हम हिप हॉप और पॉप की बात करते हैं तो वो गाना आता है एक दफ़ा 6 महीने सब सुनते हैं, फिर 6 महीने के बाद पीपल फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. आपका क्या कहना है कि क्या ये बात इसी तरह सच है या नहीं, हर जॉनरा की एक अपनी लिसनिंग है, और कैसे है ये सारे सिस्टम, और आपने कैसे डिसाइड किया कि आप ये जॉनरा गाना चाहते हैं ज़्यादा?
जी बिल्कुल, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि पाकिस्तान में डिफरेंट आर्टिस्ट हैं, डिफरेंट जॉनर्स पे वर्क कर रहे हैं। तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना मैं पंजाबी और लाइक पॉप इस स्टाइल में करूँ, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में कोई आर्टिस्ट भी इस जॉनर पे काम नहीं कर रहा।
फलक कर रहा है आई गेस, बिलाल सईद भी कर रहा है।
हाँ, एक्चुअली मैं जिस तरह आपको बताना चाह रहा
जी।
हूँ, पंजाबी जो ठाड़ पंजाबी है, जिस तरह के हमारे और काफ़ी फेमस आर्टिस्ट हैं, पूरी दुनिया में लोग काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन पाकिस्तान में उस जॉनर पे कोई काम नहीं
ठीक
कर
है।
रहा। जैसे मेरा गाना था क्यूट जी लुक।
Very much
I
along the
think
lines
that's
of-
wonderful and it makes sense as well because we have a lot of Punjabi listeners out there, may it be Canada, may it be United States of America, may it be UK, may it be Pakistan, may it be India. You know, there are a lot of Punjabis and there's a reason because, you know, Punjab is a very big province even over here in Pakistan as well. So right now, what kind of music are you going to share with all of our viewers who are out there? What are you going to sing for us?
जी मैं क्यूट जी लुक जो मेरा गाना है उसकी चंद lines
आजा ब्रो हो
शेयर
जाए,
करूंगा।
क्यूट जही लुक तेरी सोनिए।
Okay.
ये हमें क्यों नहीं कोई कहता? सोनिया क्यूट जही लुक तेरी, वाह।
माशाल्लाह काफ़ी प्यारे हैं आप।
Not true. We don't want to hear.
क्यूट जही लुक तेरी सोनिए, गब्बरू ਨੂੰ ਨਿੱਤ ਰੋਜ਼ ਮਾਰਦੀ, ਤੱਕ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖ ਮਰ ਜਾਣੀਏ, ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ ਬਲਿੰਕ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਾਰ ਦੀ। क्यूट ਜਹੀ ਲੁੱਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ, ਗੱਭਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿੱਤ ਰੋਜ਼ ਮਾਰਦੀ, ਤੱਕ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖ ਮਰ ਜਾਣੀਏ, ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ ਬਲਿੰਕ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਾਰ ਦੀ। आजा बिल्लो बैजा कुछ सुन कुछ कह जा, आजा बिल्लो बैजा कुछ सुन कुछ कह जा, अपने तू मम्मी डैडी कोल मैनू ले जा, अपने तू मम्मी डैडी कोल मैनू ले जा, गल दस दांगे साडे प्यार दी। क्यूट जही लुक तेरी सोहणीए, गब्बरू नूं नित रोज मारदी, तक तैनू अख मर जाणीए, होंदी ए बलिक मेरी कार दी।
Wonderful, yeah,
Wow,
wonderful.
This is very
Wow.
nice, man. All right, so actually, right now, if you don't mind, I do have a question for the guitarist.
Sure, go ahead,
okay?
go ahead.
Because, all right, so after this, we're going on a short break. But for Khubaib and Daud over here, I want you both to tell me कि पहली दफ़ा कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट कब उठाया था? And did you guys always wanted to be a guitarist? हमेशा से यही सोचा था कि अगर मैं म्यूजिक में जाऊंगा तो गिटारिस्ट बनूंगा?
नहीं,
अच्छा, बताइए
ऐसा नहीं
मुझे।
सोचा था। असल में जब मैं छोटा था, 5 साल की उम्र से मैं म्यूज़िक को मतलब सीखता आ रहा हूँ, क्योंकि हमारी फैमिली में म्यूज़िक है
जी।
तो इसलिए हमें 5 साल की उम्र से जो है म्यूज़िक की तालीम दी जाती है।
Nice.
तो 5 साल की उम्र से जो था म्यूज़िक को सीखते सीखते, और अभी भी कुछ सीखा नहीं है, बट ये है कि थोड़ा बहुत जो है कर लेते हैं। उस्तादों जैसा तो नहीं कर सकते, बट कोशिश है कि
बहुत खूबसूरत। और सीधा मैं तुम्हें यहीं पे एक और बात भी बताऊं कि जो नाम इनके साथ लगा हुआ है सैन का, खुबैब सैन इनका नाम है, तो ये सिर्फ गिटार नहीं बजाते होंगे, ये हारमोनियम भी बजाते होंगे, ये पियानो भी बजा लेते होंगे, ये गिटार भी बजा लेते होंगे, काफ़ी सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजा लेते हैं आप। ऐसे ही है, कौन कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजाते हैं?
अभी जो है सितार,
Oh,
तबला,
I love sitar.
नहीं
Oh
यार।
my God, I wish you
गिटार,
could.
हारमोनियम, पर
तकरीबन सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजा लेते हैं।
That's
Good,
nice.
yeah.
So Khubaib over here basically says he started receiving formal music education at the age of 5, right?
Yeah.
And he knows, well, so many instruments to play. That is so interesting. But what about you, Daud? When did you start?
मेरा भी बचपन से ही था। बैकग्राउंड जो था फैसलाबाद से था, मेरे
हाय,
डैडी सिंगर थे।
नुसरत फतेह अली खान
और
साहब का गाँव भी
उन्हीं
है और
के
हमारा भी गाँव है।
मोहल्ले से थे
ऐसे ही।
नुसरत फतेह अली खान के। मेरे फादर भी, तो बचपन से ही शौक था मुझे सिंगिंग करने का और अभी तक चल रहा है।
Wow, that's wonderful as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Daud over here is actually telling us that, you know, he actually belongs to the same area where Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan was born. His father was based over there as well. And since childhood, he's been into music, which is why now what we're going to do is कि हम आप दोनों को 1 मिनट देंगे एक फेस ऑफ करने का, ठीक है? आप दोनों ने इकट्ठे गिटार्स प्ले करने एंड देन विल गो आउट टुवर्ड्स अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक। जहाँ पे रोकोगे वहाँ पे हम ब्रेक पे जाएंगे, ठीक है? Even though ladies and gentlemen that they're not really prepared for this face off.
Yeah, we just like throwing surprises
Yes,
at people.
so we have actually surprised them. So they're going to play the guitars and then wherever they're going to stop, we're going for a short break. Let's do this.
रिदम से, रिदम से।
ए माइनर।
One. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going for a short break. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back and we have a lot of more music to share with you guys. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Good morning.
Good morning. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Well This Morning with Shazad Khan and me, Shazad Hashmi. We are today taking you on a musical ride for the entire hour.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we've actually come up with a song which me and Shiza actually wanted to hear as well. But not just us. It will be for all of those elderly people who are out there as well, because you might not like pop, you might not like hip hop, but you're going to love this song, and there's a reason why you're going to love this song. So, Umair, take it away for us.
Thank you. तुझसे नाराज नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं हो हैरान हूँ मैं तेरे मासूम सवालों से परेशान हूँ मैं हो परेशान हूँ मैं जीने के लिए सोचा भी नहीं कर्ज उतारने होंगे मुस्कुराऊं तो मुस्कुराने के कर्ज उतारने होंगे ओ मुस्कुराऊं कभी यूं लगता है जैसे होठों पे कर्ज रखा है तुझसे नाराज नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं हो हैरान हूँ मैं तेरे मासूम सवालों से परेशान हूँ मैं हो परेशान हूँ मैं आज अगर भर आई है बूंदे बरस जाएंगी कल क्या पता उनके लिए आंखें तरस जाएंगी हो जाने कहाँ गुम हुआ कहाँ खोया एक आंसू छुपा के रखा था तुझसे नाराज नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ हो हैरान हूँ मैं तेरे मासूम सवालों से परेशान हूँ मैं हो परेशान हूँ मैं
I mean, you have such a perfect soft voice, and after actually you did the Punjabi song, मुझे नहीं लगता था कि आप ये वाला, but amazing man, mashallah.
Wonderful, yeah,
Wow.
wonderful,
Just
super.
wow.
Which is why, you know, this is something which is going to make me ask you कि क्या आपने भी सीखा है किसी से, जैसे हमने उसामा से ही बात की, वे भी किसी के स्टूडेंट हैं और म्यूजिक सीख रहे हैं, आपने भी इस तरह सीखा है?
जी ज़रूर मैं
सुन के मुझे ऐसे ही लगा।
जी मेरे जो म्यूज़िक टीचर हैं मैं ज़रूर उनका नाम लेना चाहूँगा बेसिकली उस्ताद शौकत मंजूर एक बड़ा नाम है और अब तो खैर वो इस दुनिया में नहीं रहे लेकिन जितना मैंने म्यूज़िक सीखा है उन्हीं की बदौलत है।
क्या बात है यार। और मुझे लगता है कि सिर्फ वो टीचर ही अच्छे नहीं थे, आप स्टूडेंट भी बहुत अच्छे थे, आपने बहुत अच्छे से सीखा और बहुत अच्छे से परफॉर्म भी किया। व्हाट अ वंडरफुल सॉन्ग। इट टुक मी back to a time where this song really meant something to me as well. And you know, गानों के बारे में, ladies and gentlemen, you know, whenever you would listen to a song which is from, you know, back in the date, I think it's going to take you to the time where you have lived that song, you've heard that song in a way that it actually reminds you of something or someone as well. You know, that's how it is. What about you, Shazad? You know, do you actually come across a song which bring back a lot of memories?
It always happens though. Okay, so for me, scent and music are the best nostalgic sources, I want to say. Like if ever I come across even one sentence or a stanza of something, it does take me back to the time. Just this morning actually, Shazad has a routine. In the makeup room early in the morning, he puts on songs from the 90s and 2000s and whatnot. And he did today from the 90s, it was a mashup. And all of the songs I knew and it was so nostalgic.
Yeah, it was. And you know, you're very right that it is with the scent as well, because every time I go to the UK and so whenever my sister's going to wash clothes over there, the scent is very different. And when I come back to Pakistan, I really miss that scent as well. And if I get to smell that scent somewhere, it just feels like home.
Can I just tell you something?
Sure.
I discovered that clothes softener, the smell that you're talking about. I'll tell you it.
Oh, wow, okay.
But all right, so I actually want to move to Mr. Usama over here. Do you have something surprising for us to sing?
Well, I would like to sing song of a very old song of Ustad Mehdi Hasan Khan sahab.
Oh.
यूं जिंदगी की राह में टकरा गया कोई.
Okay, nice. Do you know one from Sajad Ali? We have a request from our control room actually. Do you know one from Sajad Ali sir? Later on, not right now, but if you know one.
हर जुल्म तेरा याद है.
Oh, perfect. So whichever one you want to sing
whichever
right
one,
now.
yeah, that's your
So,
choice.
The one you're comfortable in.
यूं जिंदगी की राह में.
Okay,
All
let's do it.
यूं जिंदगी की राह टकरा गया कोई. यूं जिंदगी की राह एक रोशनी अंधेरे में बिखरा गया कोई. यूं जिंदगी की राह में टकरा गया कोई. यूं जिंदगी की राह में. वो हादसा वो पहली मुलाकात क्या कहूँ. इतनी अजब थी सूरत हालात क्या कहूँ. वो कहर वो गजब वो जफा मुझको याद है. वो उसकी बेरुखी की अदा मुझको याद है. मिटता नहीं यूं ज़हन पे है छा गया कोई. यूं जिंदगी की राह में टकरा गया कोई. यूं जिंदगी की राह में एक रोशनी अंधेरों में दिखला गया कोई. यूं जिंदगी की राह.
Wow, wow. Wow, wow,
Amazing,
wow, wow,
just
wow.
super. Osama, your voice is like it's just made for qawwali, and like solo qawwali actually, not even with people. It's just amazing, just beautiful.
Exactly, and you know, this is one thing which I realized with this song, you know, which I'm very sorry for that as well,
It's
which you
okay.
just sang. But I think that, yes, Shiza, when she said that, you know, you have a very different vocal. And
Amazing.
now your vocal actually took me back in time as well. You know, there are a lot of legendary singers who have the same vocal
Yes,
tone.
the gravity of the voice is
yes,
amazing.
and you're keeping it that way as well. But there's one interesting thing which I've realized, ladies and gentlemen, and that is that, you know, Khubab Sen over here can actually sing too.
Yeah, he was singing. है ना?
So Khubab, आप गाना गा सकते हैं ना? जी. तो अगर हम आपसे भी एक गाना सुनना चाहें तो आप सुना सकेंगे?
जी जरूर बिल्कुल.
कौन सा गाना सुनाएंगे आप हमें?
नुसरत साहब का ये जो हल्का हल्का सुरूर.
ये जो
Oh,
हल्का
wow.
हल्का सुरूर है.
शुरू
Okay.
हम इससे करते हैं. पहले
Bring
मैं
it on,
करती हूँ.
bring it on. दाऊद, हम आपकी तरफ भी आएंगे.
Ready हो जाएं.
ये जो हल्का हल्का सुरूर है ये तेरी नज़र का कसूर है कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया मुझे एक शराबी बना दिया. ये जो हल्का हल्का सुरूर है ये तेरी नज़र का कसूर है कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया मुझे एक शराबी बना दिया. ये जो हल्का हल्का सुरूर है ये तेरी नज़र का कसूर है कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया. तेरे प्यार
Wow.
Wow, yaar, wow. Kobab, you've definitely stolen the show. You're doing a wonderful job as well. And we would love to see or listen to some more music from you two as well. And we're going to keep it in our diary. So, Jamshed Saab, if you're out there, obviously Usama and Umair, they are wonderful singers and they're into their careers as well. But we really want such youngsters as well. So, we really need to bring him back on the show as well once again. But very quickly, Daud, are you ready? Are you going to sing us something? Do you sing? But very quick, we only have 30 seconds or 40 seconds as well.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, these gentlemen have actually blown us away.
Just 30 seconds तो मैं कदी ते हंस बोल गए जो recently आतिफ असलम ने
आतिफ
भी किया।
Yeah,
असलम
let's
वाला,
do
ठीक
this.
है,
दो
ठीक।
लाइंस गाऊंगा
Aye,
उसमें।
ji.
हाँ, sure, please.
Everybody's just.
कदी ते हंस बोल वे ना जिंद साडी रोल वे कदी ते हंस बोल वे ना जिंद साडी रोल वे तू आजा दिल जानिया ते कर मेहरबानिया ना सानू इंज रोल वे ना जिंद साडी रोल वे ना सानू इंज रोल वे ना जिंद साडी रोल वे
Wow, wow.
Super, super. This was just amazing. But Daud, your guitar playing skills are beyond the top. They're
Impressive.
just amazing.
They are impressive. I've told you, ladies and gentlemen, that every now and then, whenever we invite musicians, their first pick is Daud himself as well.
Yeah.
But let me move on to Umair now. So, Umair, we only left with last 5 minutes as well. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What kind of music your fans can expect from you? And, the music video which you came up with, Cute J Look, the song itself, it's a hit all over the world. And people are going to expect that from you now every time you're going to release a song. Are you ready for this? तो आप मुझे ये बताएं कि अब जैसे ही आप प्रोडक्शन कर चुके हैं, म्यूज़िक कॉम्पोजिशंस कर चुके हैं, म्यूज़िक वीडियोस बना चुके हैं, क्या आप इस सब के लिए तैयार है? क्योंकि अब फैंस आपसे ऐसा ही म्यूज़िक एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे और जब भी अब आप कोई गाना रिलीज़ करेंगे वो चाहेंगे कि वो उसी लेवल पे हो या उससे ऊपर हो।
जी बिल्कुल, मेरा न्यू ईयर पे नेक्स्ट ट्रैक जो है, जितने मेरे फैंस हैं, जितने लवर्स हैं, उनके लिए आ रहा है इंशाल्लाह। क्यूट जे लुक से भी अच्छा उन्हें यानी कि एंटरटेन करेंगे इस गाने को।
कुछ हल्की से हमें बताएंगे हमारे देखने वालों को कि किस किस्म का गाना आ रहा है, क्या टाइटल है उसका?
उस गाने का टाइटल है नच दिया।
नच दिया।
नच दिया।
okay.
तो ये अब सारा तो बता नहीं सकता
Of course, of course.
सरप्राइज है सबके लिए, तो इसलिए
We will wait for that, inshallah. On New Year's, we will definitely be sticking to our phone screens, waiting for the song to release. But all right, Usama, future of 5 years down the lane, what is Usama doing as a singer?
Well, for my next 5 years, I'm thinking to do new songs.
Yeah.
Inshallah, in the month of February, I'm going to release my next song. That will be love song.
Oh,
Apart from the national song, now
Yeah.
I'm moving to the conventional music.
okay, that's good.
So, and after within the 5 years, I want to launch my 2 to 3 albums. And this is my dream to sing for the Pakistani film industry.
Exactly.
So inshallah, I'm
You
want
do
to be a
great
playback
there.
singer.
Yes. you
Oh,
will
that's
do-
wonderful, and you really got that voice as well. And since the film industry is booming, I think everybody will get some more opportunities. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. It was wonderful to have you. Please keep up with the good work, each and every one of you. But ladies and gentlemen, towards the end, we're going to wrap up. And Umair, फिर हम आपके ऊपर आएंगे. आपने गाना गाना है, फिर हम शो को बंद करेंगे.
Yeah,
ठीक है?
and everyone who knows the songs will join in. ठीक है, सब
हम
मिलके
सब मिलके गाएंगे. So
आप तब तक decide करें.
for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, we've always wanted to share this platform with all of those people who truly deserve to be on this platform as well. These amazing people have done a wonderful job. They're continuously producing some more music. They're making sure that the flow of art is not going to stop.
Definitely so, and because with this channel Shazad PTV World, we're actually airing in more than 46 countries, right? So if you know someone, your friend probably, or yourself, who is doing great in, arts, any form of arts, do send us their video clip probably, or a link to something so that we can invite them on our show as well.
Exactly.
We'd love to. You can send it through our social media pages, Facebook with the name of,
Well, this morning,
on Twitter,
on Twitter, it's Well This Morning without a G.
on YouTube.
On YouTube, you ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to look for PTV World, and then the most viewed morning show of this channel is World This Morning.
Yes, and the repeat of this show you can actually catch.
It will be at 5 past midnight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want your midnight to be as melodious as your morning is, all you have to do is tune in once again as well.
Absolutely.
So 1, 2, 3, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Take it away, Umair.
तेरे दिल के शहर में घर मेरा हो गया, हो गया। सपना देखा जो तुमने वो मेरा हो गया, हो गया। डूबे तो यूं जैसे वहाँ होना था प्यार, हुआ मेरे यार, होना था प्यार। यूं आते सालों में पाए जवाब हम